at Heinz Field in 16 years. Can Cleveland go back-to-back with another win in Pittsburgh? We'll find out next on EA Sports.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to Western Pennsylvania and Heinz Field in the Steel City of Pittsburgh. Tonight, we've got the crew set for what should be a real treat, a great Monday night matchup between the Cleveland Browns and the Pittsburgh Steelers. Play action. Now Roethlisberger. And his first look is incomplete. So now we have Jackson slow to get back on his feet. Appears to be shaken up. 2nd and 10. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Roethlisberger. And they get to him with a pressure as Roethlisberger goes down. Myles Garrett, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
All right, partner, I'm going to be Captain Obvious right here. Not the start you're looking for offensively, right? Incomplete pass, followed by a sack.
And when he went down, it looked like that right ankle got turned, but thankfully he popped up okay, and they breathed a sigh of relief on that sideline. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
It's brought in by Harris. Only 2 yards, and it'll be a punt on their opening possession. So, Charles, first drive here, little safe completion underneath, maybe get... Get your feet wet, so to speak.
I agree, and I like it because it's a lot like a basketball game when you're getting started and you pass the ball around so everyone touches it early and gets involved in the game. In this case, it's not just dumping it to a back and he's able to run with the ball, but you get your offensive linemen involved because they get to get out and run and hit people in the open field. Everyone getting their feet wet early.
Great blocking, nearly sprung him there. 28-yard return. And the Browns have a short field in front of them now as they take over 1st and 10. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. And now timeout is whistled as it appears there's a Brown shaken up on the play. We'll check on his status when we get back. 8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Mayfield hands it off to Chubb. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Well, these two teams met in Pittsburgh earlier in the year with the Steelers prevailing in that one. So if they can win here in Pittsburgh, they'd be able to claim the season sweep.
On 1st and 10, Mayfield. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. The intended receiver, Marquise Goodwin. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
2nd and 10, a very chilly day here, but no snow. And I got to say, if it's going to be this cold, I want snow. You should see Charles' face. He's looking at me like I'm crazy.
Tight coverage that time by Miles Killebrew. Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete.
And that's a nice job there because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties. He's able to knock that one away.
And it's hauled in by Austin Hooper. And they will stop him short. They get him to the ground at the 27. No first down. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th. Working out of the gun, Mayfield. And this one hauled in. Again, it's Hooper. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. Both sides were holding their breath there on that 4th down play, and the offense can breathe a sigh of relief.
And both knew exactly where the first down markers were. You know the defense is trying to guard those sticks and try and keep people in front. But somehow, some way, those guys found a way to pick it up.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. To throw, Mayfield. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he gets halfway home from the 10 to the 5 on a pickup of 5.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though...
into a sea of defenders had intercepted.
Picked off by a Keller Witherspoon. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Charles, that makes now 5 interceptions in not even 5 quarters. Remember, he threw 4 picks last week.
And this turns into a tough situation because a lot of fans, the first thing is, oh, well, we need to change quarterbacks. This is your guy. This is your elite player. You can't just take him out like that. If I'm the coach, I make a little joke and say, you know, some big guy, we're going to change the football. So it's obvious that's the problem. It's not you. Keep firing.
And all the way down to the 42.
And a nice milestone reached on that last throw as here late in the season, he goes over 4,000 yards passing.
And he's really thrown the ball well all season long. Had some big games along the way. He's inspired his receiving corps to go out and make plays for him in each and every ball game.
Different story this time around. We had that huge gain followed by a sizable loss here.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Roethlisberger. And they get to him with a pressure as Roethlisberger goes down. Malik Jackson, the 6'5" D tackle with a sack.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, the quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down.
Well, the good thing about covering any game I do with you is I know that there's no problem with rhythm. Now, when we're watching offensively, a little bit of a problem there.
Yeah, punt on the first drive, looking at another one here. Just a little slow. You know, they were talking about a fast start, but that hasn't been the case.
Yeah, and let's face it, any team we cover always talks about a fast start.
That's true.
But it's not necessarily going to happen just because they say so. And whether it's the script, whether it's, you know, just what they're going through, whether they're seeing different defenses, they're going to have to figure it out as this game moves on.
Now a quick slant as the throw's complete. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. We're scoreless after 1. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. A give. This is Chubb. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Handoff comes to Chubb. And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up 3rd down. And, oh, this is Beckham remaining down on the ground. And apparently in some pain. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. The Steelers now in the nickel here on 3rd down. Now Mayfield. Got a man. That's Rashard Higgins. And, boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. They'll run for it. Chubb. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. They only needed a few inches, but still some anxious moments there, but they do convert on fourth. Another fine carry from the NFL's rushing leader, and quarterbacks typically dominating the MVP balloting, but I think you got to give this guy serious consideration, don't you?
I agree totally. I mean, he's leading the league in rushing, and let's face it, partner, the running back renaissance in the NFL, it's real, and it's really helping teams along the way. He's a prime example. Got to give him strong consideration for MVP talk.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
Now this throw caught left side, and they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 24-yard line. A good pickup there of 20 yards. On first down, they'll run with Chubb. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
This defense is really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense got to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
On 2nd and 12, Mayfield swings this out for Hunt. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. The Browns' passing game finding its stride. They've got another first down.
Well, they've certainly done a nice job spreading the ball around on this drive. This time he gets it out to his back, and it's another nice play and another first down. They've got the defense on their heels a little bit. They're reacting instead of being aggressive and making plays.
Touchdown! Marquise Goodwin, his 4th touchdown on the year, as his guys are on the board first here tonight. Bouncing back nicely from that bad opening drive where he threw the interception. Drive number 2 leads him right down the field and into the end zone.
So obviously his confidence was never lost, and that's a good thing to see. Great quality to have, and you absolutely must maintain that as a quarterback. But I have to think that they're probably still on the script that they prepared for this game. Just the second drive. They've worked on these plays all week in practice. Put them to good use on that one.
The football will come out to the 25 as McLeod will not return it. Pittsburgh offense making their way back out
as we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the season that they had hoped. So let me ask you to play GM. Where might they look to make some changes?
I think when you look into the upcoming draft, think hard about them drafting multiple offensive linemen. They've got to get stouter up front. And as a GM always tells me, Charles, this is a big boy league, and big people always end up winning games for you.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. They go play action with Roethlisberger. Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete.
And, Charles, for this defense, they're a confident bunch. Some may say maybe too confident at times. How do you think that they approach a game like this when they're taking on a team that's lost 4 straight?
Well, if they're anything like their head coach, you know they're relying on that confidence. You and I both were sort of surprised at his weekly press conference when he was asked about this being a trap game. And he's almost boasting that he didn't see anything to worry about. That surprised both of us in a big way, because we know that could be a dangerous tactic, because I can guarantee you the guys on the other side, they heard that, and they're looking for anything to galvanize them.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. This will be fielded at the 17. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. The Browns drive about to get started. Things progressing to plan so far. Their defense has been solid, and they've got themselves a 7-0 lead after the touchdown the last time they had the ball.
And this is no time to even think about, hey, are we going to milk the clock? Hey, are we just going to do ball control?
This is the NFL. 7-0 leads, they don't last very long unless you continue to push the envelope on offense.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's second and a couple. A run for Nick Chubb. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. 41 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down, keep the sticks moving.
Mayfield throwing complete there to Hooper. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. A good pickup there for the Browns, 15 yards.
I know the halftime's approaching, but I don't think he's going to want to take a break. That's his 5th catch.
Yeah, they've really been targeting the tight end. First down, Mayfield. Open man is Higgins. 7 yards to pick up there. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. 2nd down and 3. Now Chubb looking for a seam but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Calling no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go. Here's Mayfield. Oh, they would have gotten the conversion if he could hold on. Instead, the drop means it'll be 4th down.
Slants are so tough to cover because everything happens so fast. And sometimes it happens too fast for the guy catching the ball because all of his movements have to be quick off the line of scrimmage, and then all of a sudden the ball's right on top of you. And maybe he got a little bit ahead of himself there.
And a lot of times coming in with good pace, and he dropped it. And no mistaking that sound. It reverberated through the whole stadium.
And it's the sound Brandon no kicker wants to hear. It looked like he had it on target the whole way, but the upright said,
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And with them trailing, there is still enough time to try to string a few plays together, maybe get into field goal range. Open man, that's the tight end Freiermuth. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. His 2nd catch, this one not quite as dynamic as his first, and it's 2nd down. Now, these two teams, you might recall, met back in mid-season, week 8 to be exact, and it was the visiting Steelers who came away victorious, so they'll look to claim the season series with a win here in Pittsburgh. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Roethlisberger, complete, it's Johnson. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. Throwing now, Roethlisberger on first down. He's going to loft this one deep left sideline. And this is incomplete. Oh, it looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go. Johnson, the intended target, but now it's 3rd down. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better, got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They've got to find a way to bring those 2 elements together.
Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by John Johnson. And he will be brought down as time is now run out on this first half of action. So we've come upon halftime here. And now due to apparent time constraints, we fast forward to the beginning of the second half. Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A 1-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway.
And able to get this out to the 25. The Browns offense getting set to go to work here to start the third. And Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys are lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
Second down, here's Chubb again.
And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40.
56 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 13 times.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a first down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
A throw over the middle taken in.
7 yards the pickup there.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3 at the 36-yard line.
They go with Chubb on second down. And he's got some space here. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Nick Chubb with touchdown number 23 here on the year. And the Browns add 6 to their lead.
A pretty well-executed run. They were telling us yesterday, Charles, they were hoping to get everybody in sync, the line, the backs, and everybody looked in sync on that play.
They were in sync, and the field tilted. And that's where we get the term running downhill, because when you've got that kind of momentum and everyone's doing it properly as you just described, it does feel like they are coming from downhill to you as a defender, and that is really hard to stop.
The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away.
The football will come out to the 25 as McLeod will not return it.
Let's go.
The Browns defense getting ready. Now the interception for them the last time, and that turned into 6 points.
You think during their break they reminded the offense that, hey, we helped you guys out a little bit, right? You know, they want to see if they can do it again for them. They're putting together an entire team game by how they're playing on defense.
So the interception the last drive, what will happen here? A handoff to Harris to begin the drive. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
On 2nd and 9, Roethlisberger.
That's complete to his tight end, Freiermuth.
6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
Roethlisberger now to throw on 3rd down. He'll find Juju Smith-Schuster. And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like, right at the 40. First target, first catch, and a 1st down. 3rd and 4, he did just enough, and I mean just enough to move the chains.
And that's all you're looking for, right? Just want to keep the drive moving. You don't need the big play there. Just get to that marker that you described, and he was able to do just that.
Well, they're going to get about 3 here out of this 1st down run, and that'll bring up 2nd and 7.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. They'll keep it on the ground. Harris again. Runs over him. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. Now it appears we have a Steeler here slow to get up. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. They'll throw on first down with Roethlisberger. Going top shelf for Smith-Schuster.
And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in. But the passing windows are just not there. And that's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
On the give, this is Harris. And he's going to take this down close to a first down at the Browns' 38. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. Now Roethlisberger. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over him.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
So the response to that touchdown on the other side to begin the 3rd quarter. Look, just 3 points, but still a response nonetheless.
You're exactly right about that, because I think you needed to answer back with something, even though it's not 6. Just enough to send a message that says, hey, we're not going away.
Cleveland offense making their way out.
And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you score points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
99 yards rushing now for the NFL leader coming into this ball game.
From the 29, Mayfield. That's complete to a speedy wideout Goodwin. That one, a first down pickup of 8. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart, because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
Man open, it's Goodwin. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. 2 first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Mayfield to throw it. And he's got the hook up to Landry. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
7 yards, the pickup there.
Simple drag route here, lined up out left and tried to work his way back across the field. You probably saw me twitch there, partner, because I think he wanted the ball a little bit sooner. By the time he looked it in, defender was right on him.
Now here's a throw that's complete. One quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Chubb. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up 2nd down. They run it again with Chubb. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. Now it appears we have a Steeler here slow to get up. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. On 1st and 10, Mayfield. He'll find Goodwin here on the right side. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. A gain of 4 last play. They double that here and get 8.
2nd and 2.
up second and 2.
Mayfield looks to throw. And finding the tight end Hooper. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7.
Mayfield finding Hooper there for a Cleveland first.
A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. They'll run with Chubb. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Nick Chubb with another touchdown, number 24 on the year.
And the Browns look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter.
Parkey adds the extra point, and the lead is up to 18 now. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away.
Returning from his end zone is Ray McCloud. And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side in this one.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. From the gun, it's Roethlisberger.
This is Chase Claypool on the receiving end.
They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. Roethlisberger. And he's going to hook up with his big tight end. Complete. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the 1st. A bit of a catch for him to remember. That's number 400 for his NFL career. Not a bad number at all. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Browns are going to get this thing back. Excellent field position. Well, at this stage of the game in the second half, down 3 scores, I guess they felt like they needed to push.
And let's face it, with this deficit, if they give up another score here after they didn't get it, does it really matter?
Right.
It really doesn't. They had to go and try and make something happen if they had any chance of winning this game.
And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs. A much better effort we're seeing from him under center this week versus last week when he threw 4 picks.
He has thrown the 1 in this game, but you're right. When you cut it down from 4 the previous week, and we always talk about adjustments, well, he made some in practice, and he continues to work on it during the game. I'm sure he's getting plenty of reminders about how to stay in the moment, stay focused on the task.
And he's got him in the driver's seat here in the 4th quarter. And he'll fight his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. After getting stuffed on 1st down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. The Browns on 3rd down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. Throwing. Mayfield. And that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown. Rashard Higgins. His first touchdown on the year.
And the Browns are closing in on win number 10 as they extend this 4th quarter lead.
They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning? Right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive.
We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this 4th quarter.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Here's Roethlisberger.
That's swung out wide to Harris.
And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down.
Brings up 3rd and 6.
Now it's Roethlisberger.
Quick completion here to Johnson. And he will have a Steelers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
15 yards there on the catch and run. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Ben to throw again.
Pass complete to Ebron.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. Here's Roethlisberger. Short little throw to Ebron. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away, but could not. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in quarter number 4. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. And this is going to be intercepted.
Picked off by Greg Newsome.
And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And that one, Charles, is just going to about wrap up what was no doubt a dominating defensive performance.
Yeah, I don't care what team it is. I don't care who you play, whether they're strong offensively or not. Just giving up 3 points in the NFL, that's absolutely a dominant performance and one that they can build on.
And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Historically, this is such a tough, loud venue, but you can hear a pin drop right now. A lot of fans long gone, not used to seeing a lopsided score like this.
The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here.
So Cleveland able to come away with the victory here. And they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half to put this one on ice.
And I know a lot of people watching this one were thinking to themselves,